Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we have a difficult conversation with Clagy Amondieu, I believe is her name, and she has been pointed to us as the rape victim of the person who got lynched that, this case is all about. So what I'm going to say is they tell us you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult?
She raises her eyebrows.
I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
She takes a quick drag, unperturbed.
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
It's afternoon, and also I precisely didn't say it. It's afternoon.
Is it?
Squinting, she takes a look around. The spring sun is high in the sky. People pass below.
It is afternoon.
She looks into her coffee cup.
Time flies, man.
So you weren't?
Yeah.
She draws out the word.
I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more,
She searches for the word, and then shrugs.
rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
So Titus asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
She cradles her coffee cup in both hands.
Warming them.
Are you sure you weren't... what did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
Wait, partied. Where have I heard that before?
A lot of partying going on.
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
I don't get it. What do you mean partied?
We drank, sir.
She takes a sip of her coffee.
A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
You were lovers?
I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
The lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm.
Downstairs,
She taps on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel.
at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Well, it must be hard for you, and I'm going to point to the yard, seeing him there all the time,
Oh, yes.
she says bitterly.
I have multiple viewpoints. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes,
I'm going to say nothing.
I made it.
She nods.
And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
The caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it? How?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
So, she's God's mystery phone cutter.
Most likely. And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I?
She looks into her coffee.
Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Actually, I was gonna say that it is really difficult to pull that off. You need to know the basics of phone functioning to be able to pull this. Yeah. Seems like you had some idea. That was nifty.
Thanks.
She manages a smile.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. And he's still hanging there.
She looks away.
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
I'm not sure about today, but yeah, maybe. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
She puffs on her cigarette.
Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair?
Another puff, more nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
What did they hang him for, if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing.
She thinks.
But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was... what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests downstairs.
She looks at the floor. It's starred.
They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now.
And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Bullshit. She knows exactly who it is. I think she knows exactly who it is. Thank you for telling us all of this, miss.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head back downstairs, officer?
The lieutenant looks at you.
We may have things to discuss there.
I had something else. Before we go, a little thing.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
My volition is so bad. Can look her in the eye. I think I passed that check in my first Let's Play. Let's do it.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Miss Oranje Disco Dancer, you want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch.
What is happening?
Nothing, just time passing. Don't worry. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
Am I being beguiled?
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible.
I'm gonna avert my eyes.
The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Gameplay-wise, it wasn't. It was like 2 or 3 minutes. Let's return to this later, miss.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys.
His voice is lowered.
Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
I'm gonna say in a hushed voice, why did she tell us all that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Something is off here.
You think so?
A shadow runs across his face.
She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
It will. Let me see how anybody... Oh, I didn't expect to travel. I thought it was gonna open that and we were gonna see outside.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see into Klaji's bedroom from here, and the lieutenant leans closer to inspect the peephole.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
He points to the marks nearby on the floor.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
What were those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural. They're sensationally unnatural.
I have no idea what that means. I'm gonna finish the thought. Do I actually need to investigate the footprints?
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
The lieutenant takes his notebook out. Yeah, but they're unfortunately not new to us. The window? Could somebody have gone in through the window? Or would somebody have... Oh, don't run. Would somebody have snuck in? That could have happened. They had the key. They would open the door in the kitchen and just do whatever they had to do. Let me look around a little bit more, just to make sure I don't miss anything. And let's see if we... No, we don't find anything here. Nope, don't do that. She also didn't say anything about the window.
This window is pristine on the inside.
Yep, just like before. There's nothing else going on here. I wonder if increasing my perception would get me better results. Not that I want to try it, mind you, at the moment. That's the songs or music downstairs, I think. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's go. Maybe we should ask Gacht about the window. He probably would know.
Can I help you?
He arches an eyebrow, as always. And it's about the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Klaji in room number 3, she nicked the phone line, by the way.
Why?
He stops himself.
No, Fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
You have Lena. Lena is a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What?
The woman chimes in.
Did someone mention my name?
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here.
He yells and then turns to you.
Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else?
No, nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. What an interesting situation. I can't ask him about the window. Lena.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
She sounds glad to see you. Yeah, that's all for now. You never know if I could talk to her and all, you know. Does this guy have a friend? No, it's the duplication weird bug over here. So.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
She crosses her arms. I don't know why I'm wasting my time. Let me go outside, see what I can do with a body before I talk to Titus. It's weird. I remember it. I think I did it in the same order in my previous playthrough. And I remember her mentioning the body being up in the tree, despite the body not being up in the tree when I played it for the first time. Kuno's little shit show, says Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you and he doesn't care.
Kuno doesn't fucking care?
Kuno doesn't.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down, and I'm gonna celebrate in a more reserved manner. No, I won't. I will wipe a tear from my eye and say beautiful.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job.
The lieutenant nods approvingly.
Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
Yes.
He covers his nose and lists.
1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Don't we have someone else to cut his shit open?
It's not about cutting.
He squints at the corpse.
And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work.
Wait, honorary rank of detective?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is Lieutenant Detective.
Yes, I feel like a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer.
He pulls on a pair of latex gloves.
You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I have gardening gloves. Maybe they are enough.
They are better than nothing.
The lieutenant looks at the gloves.
Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things, while you will take notes.
We just fill this in, right? And I'm gonna show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
He nods. Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, loony rooney.
Enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features, if possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
I did already. I'm gonna open my ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Number 1, assistant.
That's you.
I'm gonna write Harry Dubois.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
I'm gonna write it down.
Next.
Number 3, name.
We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down.
I'm gonna write down Lely, open parentheses, nom de guerre, close parentheses.
What's next? Date of birth?
Date of birth, yes.
NA.
Okay, age.
The
lieutenant corrects his glasses.
Roughly 50.
And I'm gonna do the squiggly squiggles instead of a equal sign, 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Number 6, race.
Mondial.
I'm gonna write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Number 7, sex.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex?
I'm gonna write fucky fucky.
Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check your notes.
Naively. Number 8, date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
I'm gonna write down 04.03.51.
What else?
He looks over your shoulder.
9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Number 11, evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment, anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest, as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then,
we should start the post-mortem.
I'm gonna turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Number 1, external examination. Summary.
Clothes.
He begins.
The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
I'm gonna write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
I'm gonna omit the boots then.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
I'm gonna write it down.
The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
I'm gonna write it down. And he produces a measuring tape.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
And I'm gonna write it down.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age.
He kneels in to get a better look.
The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
And I'm gonna touch the corpse's hair before moving on.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim.
I'm gonna stroke his hair, gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a rag doll's head. There's brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
I'm gonna keep petting him.
More hair sticks to your hand. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape. For a fraction of a second you feel something. An irregularity. But then it's gone. Too minute to register in your mind.
What was that, a bump?
What was what? Brilliantine. There's brilliantine in his hair.
Oh, I'm gonna write it down, adding the brilliantine.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity?
The kid explodes.
You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
But we're gonna need to continue talking shit about your velocity in the next episode, because for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.